Good morning. Want to welcome you. When you come on, say hello. Let's see. Today is Wednesday, January the 5th. Y'all, we are already in 5 days into the new year. Good morning, Stella. Just getting the wheel pulled up here. Pulled back up. Accidentally got off of it. It's a nice sunny day coming from San Antonio, Texas. I did open the door to let the dog out, and it's a little chilly, but certainly not freezing. And I made sure before I came on, hi Pat, hi Sharon, I made sure before I came on you couldn't see my flip-flops. Y'all, when I rewatched the last video, I was like, oh my goodness. Hey Martha. I didn't realize y'all could see my flip-flops the whole time, but you can't today. I want to welcome you all to 12 by 12 layouts. Just running a little bit behind this morning. Ever had one of those mornings where you just kind of wonder where the time went? Yeah, that was this morning. Okay, and I'm not sure why the wheel looks that funky, so let me back out and go back in this way. I have no idea what that is. Well, today, while I figure this out, today is a new, get that up, hopefully it'll pop up a little better. Today is a new layout. Today's a new layout, and we are going to be working with, okay, that looks a lot better. We're going to be working with some designer series paper, some new designer series paper that comes from the new mini catalog. But before we get started, let's go ahead and get a drawing out of the way. This drawing is for anybody last week that liked, commented, or shared my video. Yes, the one where you could see my feet the entire time. If you're here for the first time, normally you don't see feet flip-flops in my videos, but that was kind of a oopsie, so I thought it was funny. But anyway, I do want to welcome you. My name's Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that's coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. On Wednesday mornings, I do 12 by 12 scrapbook page layouts, so we're going to be starting a new layout today. Excuse me, I felt a cough coming on. There's something in the air that has me a little hoarse and a little drippy, if you know what I mean. You never noticed my feet? Well, you know what? That's good. That's good, because y'all were actually watching what I was doing. But I noticed stuff like that, and I was like, OMG. At least my toenails were painted, and you could see my toe ring. And I didn't have my house shoes on, so that's a plus. But anyway, yes, when you like, comment, and share my videos, you get entered onto the wheel for prizes. And this week, I just went into my little drawer. I'm going to be giving away a little package of these brushed metallic adhesive back dots. There's basically 3 different shimmers to them. There's a gold, copper, and something else. I don't know what that is. It's not silver. I don't know what it is. But anyway, it's pretty. They're pretty. But when you share my videos, you actually get 2 entries. And in the comments section, you want to type shared after you share the video. That way I put in an extra entry for you. So let's go ahead and get this drawing out of the way. Ooh, Darcy Dutton. Darcy, not sure if you're watching right now, but congratulations. I don't recall Darcy ever winning. I could be wrong. So Darcy, if you are watching now or watching the replay later, will you private message me your mailing address so that I can send you your prize? So congratulations, Darcy. We put this off to the side. And then let me move this heater back a little bit. And I swear I hear the TV upstairs doing the emergency broadcast. At least I think that's the TV. Okay. All right, you guys. This week, we are going to be using a designer series paper that is part of, check this out, y'all. We could actually show you the inside of the catalog now, finally. It is part of, I didn't bookmark it, sorry. Here we go. The Flowering Fields Sweet Collection. Now, I have designer series paper. I'm not using that ribbon on this one. I'm using a different ribbon, as well as the brushed brass butterflies. You know what? That's what I need to use. Let me use those instead. But I don't have those stamp sets yet. But I do have one of the ones out of the annual catalog that I'm going to be using along with one of the punches. So we're just going to do a little substituting today. Just a little, not much. But we are going to be using this designer series paper. And let me show you. It is a 12 by 12 pack. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. I'm just going to fan out each one of these sheets. You got 12 sheets, 12 by 12, very bright colors, bright and vibrant colors. I think that's it, yeah. So there's that side. It's a different fields of flowers, and then when you flip it over, you have these coordinating sides. Okay, now for this layout, we are going to be using this sheet right here. I don't know, that fresh freesia, the gorgeous grape, and the, what is that? Rich raspberry? Yeah, rich raspberry with a little bit of sprinkle of white is just gorgeous. So we're going to be using this page here for our first layout for the year. So let's go ahead and get started on this, and I'm going to move that off because it's going to move anyway. Let me catch up here. Hi, Leah. There's Martha. Thank you for sharing, Martha. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Mom. Mom-in-law. Thank you for sharing. Oops, cancel that. I'm not sure what I did there. Thank you for sharing, Shirley. Hi, Terry. Almost missed you there. Let me scroll back up. All right, we are going to start with our base. When you come on, just say hello. And if you're watching me and you don't see a live on the screen, You might be watching the replay from Facebook or YouTube. And if you're watching me from YouTube and you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, you can jump over to YouTube and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know when I upload a video. And I'm going to grab my little brass butterflies real quick. All right, I just wanted to grab those before I forgot. All right. I might have to change that out, but we're going to see. We are going to start with this piece of designer series paper. Let's get this going here. I have an appointment this afternoon. Make sure there's enough deep. There you go. This afternoon to take Miss Whitney for hopefully her final. I'm trying to get this lined up, you guys. Hold on, because y'all know I can't talk and do this at the same time. And I want to make sure that's lined up pretty good. There we go. And I'm at an awkward angle. But anyway, get that one. Anyway, Miss Whitney has her final appointment today. So hopefully, she weighs a couple of pounds. Now I am using, it's just grosgrain ribbon, but it's 1/2 inch grosgrain ribbon that is in Highland Heather. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. So, you know, when something has a little bit of shimmer in it, most likely I'm going to be breaking out the Winkostella. I'm going to put this piece where the DSP and the cardstock meet. Okay, but in order to hold it together on the back, I am going to use a little bit of tape, just regular Scotch tape. I don't want to use the normal adhesive that we use when we're trying to hold ribbon down on an opposite side. Because anything on the back, it will stick. We don't want anything sticking. So I'm going to stretch this across, just kind of straddle where I'm going to fold it over and then just put some tape down. Okay, now this little part here that's moving, we're going to fix that by putting just a couple of glue dots back behind there, just to help hold it down in the center. There you go. And if you need to adjust it, if it moves too much, there you go. Okay, now this piece is going to look a little weird, but that's okay. Close that. We've got this long piece of rich razzleberry. Make sure I put this on the right side. Okay, and then we're going to put this one, make sure it's up at the top, up here. Okay. And then I have this little square piece right here, basic white. We're gonna put this one down here. This little piece right here is going to serve as a little journaling box. And then we have this mat. This is a pretty large photo mat. It would accommodate a 4x6. Crop down just a little bit. And let me put I'm going to put this piece up with some dimensionals. So how fun was yesterday? The new catalog, the new mini catalog went live. I woke up to several online orders. A customer that, let me put another one in the middle, had called me to place an order over the phone. Oops, sorry about that. We're gonna put this one right, I'm gonna put that right here. And then let me grab, we're gonna do just a little bit of stamping. And remember I said we were gonna be using a tulip stamp set? Well, this one is Timeless Tulips, and it has a coordinating punch that comes from the annual catalog. So I've got my stem already. We're going to do a little bit of stamping on here. And let me put this underneath. And a piece of scratch paper because I don't want to put any ink on my, there we go. I'm going to stamp this stem in Evening Evergreen. It's going to tap, tap, tap. And let me do this one. Okay. And then I'm going to end up stamping again, but not right now, but really soon. Okay, and then I also have another strip of this DSP from the top. Now this piece right here, this long piece, looks a little funky just because I chose on this one to only put the little mat for the journaling. Let me go ahead and put this on because this piece is going to go along the bottom. It is going to cover up part of what I stamped, and that was on purpose so that I wouldn't stamp over this DSP. Let me line that up. There we go. I think that'll work. Okay, and then let's put this under here, and then let me cover that up because I'm going to stamp another stem kind of coming out from that side right there. Let's see. I'm going to give it just a little bit of pressure. There we go. That'll work. I guess it would have been easier to stamp that before that went down, just because of the thickness of the cardstock, but that's okay. That's all the stamping. That's all the stamping on that page. There's a reason for those. Now with the punch, so what I did is I stamped this larger image right here in Gorgeous Grape, and then I stamped this image right here, which could either be, I think this piece is the one that serves two purposes. So if you're building some dimension up with your with your petals, you can use put those together there. You can use those to help build up your petals, one side of your petal, but I was using them for the little greenery pieces. Okay, and then what I did, I need to do one of them. No, I went ahead and did both of them. I put Stella. You see that shimmery, the little shimmery happening there? I put some Stella on them. I'm going to put a dimensional. And we're going to put one kind of going this way. And put this other one, oops, get that off of there, going this way. And then probably should use the black ones. No, it's not going to matter. I kind of put one right there. And put another one on the back. This one. Another one right there. I don't know if y'all can see the actual image, but there is a stamped image, even though this is Evening Evergreen. And then let's do that one. That one's going to be really close to the edge, but that's okay. And then the last one. That way that one's not going to interfere with the picture once it goes down. Okay, and I went ahead and made one bow. I'm going to make another one here with the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. And we're going to put the bow kind of right there. And then let's make another one real quick. Oh, and while I'm looking at it, this piece right here, I was looking for another 3x3 piece, but there we go. Let me make that a little bit smaller. And let's cut these. Now remember all that DSP. This layout can be pretty much almost any color off of that paper pack. And then we're going to put the other one on that one. Okay, and then I actually had broke out the little bumblebee trinkets, but I'm going to put a bumblebee and then a couple of the new brushed brass butterflies. I don't know, I've used these before. I'm trying to figure out where I opened them. Tis the weather where your skin is dry and nothing, you can pick up nothing. Okay, so let me get a glue dot underneath this little girl right here. And we're going to put this one kind of right here. Stick that one down with a glue dot. And then let's pick up a couple of these brass butterflies. We'll use some large ones. These are really, really thin. Oh, you can see those. See how thin those are? They're pretty though. Just gonna randomly put a couple of these. I'm gonna put one down here. There we go. And then let me look for another. Well, let's do this because I don't see one. We are just going to pretend. Okay, let's pretend here. That way you have a visual. And I just grabbed the first cardstock that I saw. Don't laugh. Y'all are probably like, what is this woman up to? All right, let's bring that back because this, make sure there's no loose pieces there. This actually is the layout, okay? Super, super simple. Gonna let that designer series paper kind of do most of the work for us, but there is room on here for a large picture. You have room also to flip this sideways if you wanted to. And this strip over here, this little box, this basic white box, was intended for some journaling. This could be at the bottom, this could be in the middle, or this could be at the top. Just leave about 1/4 of an inch around. These two pieces, I was looking for, we're just going to pretend that these are pictures. That way you have room for 2 more pictures, or maybe a long one, whatever you have. Or if you have more journaling, you can extend this basic white box up a little bit and maybe put 1 more picture. But that's what this long piece was intended for. I just didn't want to put more of this basic white on there because there's not a whole lot of basic white, but when you look on that DSP, there's just little sprinkles of basic white. Okay, so that's why I only did it that way. But there you have it. There's our first layout for the year. Showing off that gorgeous Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Don't forget, celebration started yesterday, which means for every $50 that you spend, let me see if I can bring this back. There we go. For every $50 that you spend online, you get something free out of this brochure, which we can show you now. As you can see, you've got stamp sets. There's that Daffodil Afternoon DSP I used last month. There's a stamp set, Catching Butterflies. Cute. Driving By. Let's see, what else we got here? Remember the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP that I used a couple of weeks ago? That coordinates with the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. And that Simply Marvelous paper I used. That was free. Then we've got this cute one, Awesome Otters. Had somebody get that for free yesterday. And then this one, I'm going to give you a little heads up. This one is a bundle. This one is free with a $100 order. Friendly Hello. It has this stamp set plus a full 12 by 12 package of designer series paper. I'm going to be using that bundle for cards on Sunday, so heads up. And I'm going to be casing those cards. Yep. And then y'all remember I used Special Moments. And Archie's meowing at a bird or something out the window. And when you host a show that's at least $300 or more, or even a personal order of $300 or more, you can get this Calming Camellia stamp set free. Or if you have a $300 order, your best deal is to just purchase your own kit and get a discount. But when you purchase your own kit during celebration, you're going to get the normal $99 kit special, which is $125 of products, whatever you want, for only $99 plus tax. It includes free shipping, a free past paper pumpkin kit, 20% discount on all your purchases, and so on and so on. But during the months of celebration, you also get to choose any 2 stamp sets for free to add to your kit. I had Sherry Murphy come back yesterday, so I want to welcome Sherry Murphy back to my Be So Creative team. Welcome, Sherry. Not sure if you're watching now or watching the replay. Thank you, Veronica. Sherry came back. It was a good deal. So anyway, when I take the photo picture of this, I'm going to remove my fake smiley face pictures, but I just wanted to give you guys a visual of what my intentions were for this little area right here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the first layout for 2022. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. Stay safe wherever you are. Stay crafty. Take your time going through that mini catalog. There is a lot of really neat items in here, you guys. And then before I go, just to remind you, make sure you go check out my event website. There is a summer retreat that is on the books now in June 9th through 12th, I believe. And all the information is already on there. The only thing that you have to do right now to reserve your seat and guarantee a seat at the weekend retreat is just a $50 deposit. And it will be in June, which is going to be after the new annual catalog comes out. So that particular retreat is going to be with new product. And there are still, in the April retreat, that one's only available to go. So if you're interested in a retreat to go with something out of this new mini catalog, which I'm already planning that. And I'm planning a backup plan too, because last year I had to change make and takes at the last minute because of something that was unavailable. But make sure you go check that out. If you need any catalogs, let me know. You can sign up for my email list and I'll automatically send you some complimentary copies. But other than that, thank you all for joining me, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.